check this out. Martial arts are a physical activity. Bottom line, they are a physical activity. You can no more learn a martial art, be it Tae Kwon Do, Shotokan, Kung Fu, Karate. You can no more learn the art from a video or a book and think you're going to be proficient and knowledgeable in that art. You can't do it any more so than you could pick up a book on tennis, basketball, or boxing and think you know and are going to be proficient in those sports. You can learn the rules and regulations and things like that from reading the books and watching the videos. But you cannot be proficient, you cannot be adept at that physical activity by reading the book or by watching the videos or DVDs or what have you. Do you really think that after you've watched a series of instructional videos on basketball that you can go down to the local rec center and get in the game and actually be competitive with the people down there that have been playing for years? I got one for you. Do you actually think that by reading some books, reading a lot of books on boxing, watching instructional videos on boxing, do you really think you can climb into the ring with somebody that's been boxing for years? It's not going to happen. You're not even going to be competitive. Trust me, you're going to find out and realize when they're picking you up off the canvas floor. Books and videos are great. They're wonderful instruments to help reinforce what you learned from your teacher. Back in the day, and I mean way back in the day, I got a copy of High Impact Kicking by Grandmaster Hwang Jong-Lee. Now, if you're not familiar with Grandmaster Hwang Jong-Lee, for us, he was one of the greatest martial art movie villains that you'd ever see. His kicking skills were absolutely phenomenal. We always wondered when he was going to do a movie with Bruce Lee, but then of course, Bruce Lee had passed away, and High Impact Kicking was filled with a lot of information. So I used to practice to the video, watch the video, follow along with it, etc., etc., etc. But then I went to the Dojang and I was doing some of the things that I had picked up from the video, and of course my teacher was there to help me along with it. Maybe changing my hip position, elbow position, little things to make those kicks and those things better. I use the videos to reinforce, and the books, because I bought a number of books, but I use them to reinforce what I learned at the Dojang. I have a number of friends that did the same thing. They bought various books, so it would reinforce what their teachers, their senseis, their sifus, what they learned at their various schools. It would help reinforce when they were away from their schools. For whatever reason, they couldn't go there, so they opened a book and they'd practice, they'd look at different things, they'd go in front of a mirror and, things like that. They're great to reinforce it, not to learn, not to be a white belt or beginner and pick up from that point on. Now, it's true. I have done a number of instructional videos for various martial artists and masters, and even a couple for some martial arts systems. But the thing is, it was not, even though it said this is white belt and this is yellow belt, orange belt, etc., it was not meant for a beginner to just pick up those DVDs or those videos and follow that and then claim that, they've gotten all the way up to black belt. No, predominantly, it was for the students, when they couldn't make it to the dojo and the dojang, it was for them to play it and remember and reinforce what they had learned at the dojang. Basically, with books and with DVDs and videos and so forth and so on, you're going to need a teacher. You're going to need someone to actually look at you and tell you about body placement, elbow positioning, hand positioning, torquing your body, things like that. It's a physical activity. You're going to need somebody to work with you and somebody who knows what they're doing.